just watch the fight and see. You know, Canelo got a granite chin. He's been hurt before, but, you know, he have been hit cleanly and he took it real well. And, you know, anything is possible.
Terence Crawford didn't trash talk or brag. He calmly reminded everyone that Canelo's chin may be granite, but even stone can break. With one remark, Crawford turned respect into a warning. He then revealed the mindset behind his camp. He said, you know, each camp we put in 110%, you know, we don't leave no stones unturned. This isn't just belief. It's a fighter telling the world he's ready for every possibility. Crawford hints that nothing will surprise him when the bell rings. Every punch, every counter, every exchange has been drilled. For fans, that suggests a fight where strategy meets will. And when that occurs, the unexpected is always one punch away. And it's not just Crawford saying it. His trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, doubled down with a fiery statement that had fans buzzing.
The same way he trained hard, he trained every fight like it's gonna be his last fight. And I'm just waiting there so he can upset the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Upset the motherfucking world. Watch. Just watch, man. Ain't no cakewalk though.
Of course.
But he gonna wreck though.
Bomac stressed this fight isn't a normal challenge. It's war. He spoke with passion, making it clear they're training for the kind of night that shakes the sport. No easy rounds, no shortcuts, only grit and destruction. The way he said it, you could hear conviction in every line. And when a coach speaks like that, you know danger is planned for fight night. Bomac went further. He exposed why moving to 168 isn't a risk for Crawford, but a destiny being realized.
Man, listen, let me tell you, man. He should have been at 68 a long time ago, but, you know, myself, just to make him take advantage of 35, 40, 47. If you can make it, let's make it. After he accomplished everything they accomplished, you can't be mad at him when he say, hey man, I'm gonna fight Canelo at 168. When he naturally walk around big any goddamn way.
As Bomac explained, Crawford has carried size and strength that fans don't always notice on the scale. He's conquered every division he entered, proving himself each time before reaching this stage. Now at 168, he isn't chasing greatness. He's demanding it. Bomac's voice carried the weight of a man who knows his fighter is built for it. And if correct, Canelo may face the storm of his career. Bomac then laid out the real blueprint. He broke down why Canelo's power won't be the deciding factor and why Crawford has the weapons to change the story.
Shit, I don't give a fuck about that power. Well, how you beat power?
Speed.
You said what?
Speed.
And what else?
IQ.
Timing.
That's why you're the coach and I'm not.
I mean, you make some good, you got some good answers, but that power ain't gonna be able to sustain throughout the fight. Watch. And he usually slows down between 6 and 7. You slow down, that's over.
With steady confidence, Bomac revealed that speed, timing, and ring IQ can dismantle even the strongest puncher. He noted how power fades when rounds grow deeper, creating chances for the smarter fighter. In his eyes, once Canelo slows, Crawford's precision will shine. It wasn't just strategy. It sounded like a warning. And if it proves true, fight night could close in an unexpected way. Bomac didn't only speak theory. He referred to what has already been witnessed in Canelo's past fights.
Slow down, going into the later rounds, and I didn't see him get outboxed.
He reminded everyone Canelo has cracked before, especially as fights drag late. That's when fatigue arrives, timing falls, and sharper opponents find rhythm. To Bomac, this isn't a guess. It's a pattern ready to surface. He spoke like a trainer who knows where openings exist. And if Crawford drives the fight into deep waters, the upset he vows may not seem impossible. He even addressed Canelo's new move, adding Jaron Bootsennis to sparring, insisting it won't alter anything.
Hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that don't mean nothing. That ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that don't mean nothing, man. All that don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same time, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit.
Bomac's message was sharp. Whoever Canelo brings in, it won't ready him for Crawford's style or mindset. Sparring partners may copy skills, but they can't copy the mentality of a fighter who thrives in big moments. To him, that's where Canelo's camp wastes effort. Trying to mirror something that can't be duplicated. Bomac's tone wasn't arrogant but full of conviction, and that certainty makes the threat feel real. Approaching fight night, another camp voice, Coach Bernie, stepped up and amplified the message. He spoke with equal fire, leaving no doubts about their confidence.
Intelligence, yes. Standing trade, depends on if it's work for him or not. Crawford know how to adjust in every second, every minute. That's why he's the best. Y'all bums don't want to believe it. That's why he's the best. However we got to get the job done, our hand will be raised. That's it. Now I don't give a how you like it or how you slice it. He gonna get his hand raised. That's it. That's it. Bum.
Crawford intelligence, yes. Standard trade depends on if it's work for him or not. Crawford know how to adjust. And every second, every minute. That's why he the best. Y'all bums don't want to believe it. That's why he's the best. However, we got to get the job done, our hand will be raised. That's it. Now, I don't give how you like it or how you slice it. He gonna get his hand raised. That's it. That's it. Bums.
He don't look like a 38-year-old in the ring. I can say that. Experience. I sparred him a few times. Good experience. He's just different, man. His heart different. I really think he gonna pull this off.
Bernie credited Crawford's intelligence, calling him a fighter who adjusts every second in the ring. For him, that adaptability is what separates Crawford from the rest of boxing. It isn't only trading shots. It's breaking down an opponent piece by piece until nothing remains. His words carried the certainty of someone who has seen Crawford dominate countless times. And with belief that's strong in the camp, the warning to Canelo is loud. This won't be business as usual. Even sparring partners are speaking out. Al Stanton, who's worked with Crawford, shared his own view on what makes Bud so dangerous.
You can say that, but they all challenges. You know, when you get on this level, it's about who won it the most at the end of the day. You know, when you look at Spence, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Postal, that was my biggest challenge. When you look at Masvidal, that was one of my big challenges because I was moving up in weight and, you know, given the circumstances that, you know, his background, amateur background and things like that, Gamboa was my biggest. They all big challenges in their own right.
Stanton stressed that Crawford doesn't fight like someone close to the end. Instead, he brings the energy and sharpness of a man in his prime, driven by more than age. Hearing this from someone who's felt his power and speed makes the warning stronger. This isn't hype. It's testimony from inside the ring. And when sparring partners believe he's set to shock the world, it raises tension for fight night. Meanwhile, Crawford didn't just focus on Canelo. He recalled the battles that shaped him. For him, every great fight carried its own test.
That's what we're working on. Yeah. You know, like I said before, the only thing about this camp different than any other camp is I don't gotta cut muscle. I don't gotta, you know, watch what I do in strip condition. I can, you know, go fully all out, you know, and just do what I need to do to get stronger.
From Spence to Gamboa, every rival pushed him in different ways. Moving up in weight, meeting elite amateurs, or fighting champions in their prime, Crawford has faced it all. He wasn't ignoring the past. He was showing how tested he is. That history matters because it proves he adjusts when the stakes are highest. And now, facing Canelo, he views this as the next mountain to climb. Another summit to plant his flag. But what drew attention most was how he spoke about this training camp. Crawford explained why this camp feels unlike the rest.
That's not a fight that I really, look into because, Canelo is a great fighter, and one bad performance don't define a fighter. Given the circumstances of his previous fights, and we looking forward to Canelo being the best Canelo that he can be. Skull might not have made him get to that point where he felt any danger or any significance where he had to go to that deeper level in training or take the fight as serious as he's taking this fight. So, I don't know what was up with that fight.
Without the strain of cutting muscle, he's free to push harder than ever. No restrictions, no holding back in conditioning, just full power work. That alone could give him the edge fight night. A stronger, fresher Crawford is a nightmare for any rival. And with no slowdown, the stage is set for a version of Bud we've never seen. A version ready to shock the world. Crawford then shifted the focus to Canelo's latest form. He dismissed all talk that the Mexican star is declining.
Fight, A lot of people, they have their opinions. They have, what's going to happen in the fight, but they don't know what they're talking about. They just got to watch the fight, and then after the fight, then they make their comments, because a lot of people is just premeditated and just, talking.
He gave Canelo credit where it was due, making it clear one-off night doesn't define him. Instead, he expects the best version of his rival. Sharper, hungrier, and more determined than ever. In Crawford's view, that's the only way to prepare, by treating Canelo as the champion he is. It was a reminder there will be no shortcuts on September 13th, and if anything, it builds even more tension. Because when both fighters arrive at their peak, the sparks can't be contained. He also explained how he plans to deal with Canelo. Crawford kept it short but confident.
I'm the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, all these things that all the media said I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there'll be no excuse.
Just fighting my fight. You know what I mean? A lot of people got their opinions. They have, what's going to happen in the fight, but they don't know what they're talking about. They just got to wait, watch the fight, and then afterward they can make their comments, because a lot of people are just premeditated and just, talking.
This one is different because of the opponent that I'm facing, the weight that I'm facing, the level of fighter that I'm facing, what's on the line, the legacy, just everything as a whole is, make this fight different than
He's not paying attention to outside noise or predictions. For him, it's all about sticking to the fight that made him great. Fans and critics might have their theories, but Crawford believes the truth will only be revealed in the ring. That calm assurance speaks louder than trash talk. And when a fighter is that focused, it sends a quiet but dangerous signal. A signal that silence before the storm can be the deadliest warning of all. Then came a moment where Crawford's voice carried fire. He made it clear how seriously Canelo was taking this clash.
He's not me.
Yeah.
As much as a lot of people, say we have similarities and, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, and I'm not him. So.
He pointed out if he were too small, untested, or not a real danger, Canelo wouldn't need all this extra prep. The fact Alvarez brought in elite help shows the respect he has for Bud. Crawford welcomed it, saying he wants Canelo at his very best. That way, there are no excuses when it's over. With those words, he set up a fight with everything at stake. A battle where reputations are tested and legacies are rewritten. But even with all his experience, Crawford admitted this one feels different. Not only because of the opponent, but because of everything around it.
Dude, this is the biggest fight of the year. This opportunity for Terence Crawford to become 3-division undisputed is insane. Canelo is the biggest star in the sport, and for him to be able to one more time go out there and prove why he's been able to jump from 150 to 4 to 60 to 168 and show people that he is still the man is a massive opportunity for him to add on to his legacy. This is a legacy-making fight for Terence Crawford. It's another legacy fight for Canelo.
The weight, the history, the scale of the challenge, it all makes this bigger than anything before. He knows the world will be watching, and history will remember the outcome. For Crawford, that pressure isn't heavy. It's motivation. The higher the risk, the sharper he becomes. And that's what makes this clash with Canelo so dangerous. Because history doesn't wait. It demands to be made. Crawford also addressed comparisons between him and Canelo's new sparring partner, Jaron Bootsenis.
I'm rolling with Saul, man. Canelo Alvarez is who I'm going with. He just has so much experience in big fights. He does have an answer, it seems like, for a lot of different styles. And I just feel like he doesn't have to make as much adjustments and concessions as Terence Crawford does, moving up in weight, training at that weight, fighting at that weight, and just all the nuances that come with fighting Canelo. Because everybody just thinks, oh, Canelo is just a flat-footed guy, then head movement, upper body movement, and he's just going to tag you with power punches. People forget who Canelo was at 160. And even he came into 168, I expect that Canelo to show up on September 13th.
He dismissed the notion anyone can truly copy his style. Switching stances, altering rhythm, breaking opponents down, it's all part of what makes him unique. Crawford was blunt. Boots may be skilled, but he isn't Bud. That difference is exactly what Canelo can't prepare for in sparring. And when fight night comes, that uniqueness may be the key, because you can copy moves, but not the man. Then came Wade Plem, who explained why this fight is bigger than a main event. He laid out just how massive this is for both men. For Crawford, it's the chance to become a 3-division undisputed champion.
Crawford is not a guy that's going to get, I mean, he may get nervous, but it's not something that's like, oh, it's going to affect him in the fight. Yeah. He's a dog, man. Terence Crawford's a dog, and that's why you love this fight, because it's not something where it's like, oh, here goes another Canelo win, or oh, Terence Crawford, another. This is a real fight, and for Terence, man, his personality is compete at everything. He wants to compete with you in video games, board games, chess. He wants to run a 40-yard sprint and beat you, so this guy is not accustomed to losing, right? He's undefeated. So, yeah, anytime I'm around Terence, he's grabbing you on the wrist and trying to wrestle you, or you talk about American football, he's like, let's go throw right now. You know, he wants to do all of it. So I expect that same attitude that he's brought into every fight to be in this one. And this is why, as much as I say I think Canelo Alvarez is going to win, one side of my brain is like, dude, you're crazy. You've been in the room with that guy. You know how big he is. You know how strong he is, and you know his competitive mindset. So I flip back and forth every day because Terence Crawford is that good.
Wade noted that Canelo was already boxing's biggest star, but for Crawford, this fight is legacy. Beating Canelo means carving his name into the sport's history forever. For Canelo, it's another opportunity to prove why he's dominated across divisions. Both fighters step in with reputations at stake, and Wade's words rang with truth. This isn't just a bout. It's boxing's defining moment of the year. The kind of fight that crowns legends. Still, when asked for his pick, Wade leaned toward Alvarez, pointing to his deep experience and ability to adapt to any style.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Honestly, if I wrap my head around it a little too much, I think, I won't be able to, train, or if I try to really grasp the magnitude of it, only thing I can do is just be the best me possible and just train hard. It's going to be what it's going to be. The outcome's going to be what it's going to be. But I'm training so hard to leave, no stone unturned.
Wade explained that while Crawford is moving into new ground, Canelo has lived here and thrived. The nuances of 168, the weight, the training, the adjustments all give Alvarez an edge. Too many, Wade warned, forget how destructive Canelo looked at 160 and when he first hit 168. That version is who he expects on fight night. And if so, it could spell real trouble for Crawford. Trouble only a superstar brings. At the same time, Wade admitted what makes Crawford such a unique danger. He said Crawford isn't someone who folds. His competitive fire makes him one of boxing's deadliest.
Canelo, you know what I mean? Like, Canelo, I mean, I know you see the videos of him rolling on his neck, and Canelo's strong, bro. Canelo's strong. I just want to see if Crawford is able to withstand that punch, bro. Like, once it's 6th, 7th, 8th round, and, you know, you're sitting a little bit more, you're not using your footwork, you're not turning as much. Can Crawford withstand that? If Crawford can withstand that, I could see Crawford winning, but I just feel he won't be able to take Canelo's best shot. I feel.
Vargas stressed Crawford isn't letting history's weight distract him. He's focused on being his best self, pouring it all into camp. No shortcuts, no excuses, only grind and total dedication. That approach makes him dangerous on nights like this. The reminder was clear: when Crawford enters the ring, nothing will be left undone, and that could be the edge in a fight this huge. But Vargas also asked the question on every fan's mind. After sparring Bud, he felt the skill but wondered if Crawford can handle the raw power Canelo brings late. Vargas described Canelo as naturally strong, the type whose punches still carry weight late in fights. Feet slow, ring closes, and suddenly it's endurance. He wasn't convinced Crawford could survive that punishment when it mattered. It was an honest take from someone who shared the ring. His doubt adds suspense, because if Bud can take it, the fight could flip. And now here we stand, the year's biggest fight and perhaps Crawford's greatest gamble. On one side, Canelo Alvarez, the superstar with power, experience, and the tools to break almost anyone. On the other, Terence "Bud" Crawford, undefeated, fearless, stepping into a new division with the belief his skill, timing, and IQ can dethrone the king. Can Crawford carry his speed and power to 168? Will Canelo's strength prove too much? Or are we about to see the kind of upset that redefines pound-for-pound greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns, reactions, and updates. This one will be legendary, you won't want to miss a second. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Knockout Voyage for more amazing boxing content. Stay tuned for the next big fight.